Hello, I'm VXTlick and welcome back to episode of my Minecraft Xbox Update Adventures Let's Play. This is the Let's Play where I'm playing through the various updates that have come out for Minecraft Bedrock, building stuff, killing stuff, and of course, destroying stuff. And today is actually the start of 1.9 as far as the Let's Play is concerned, which is kind of cool. There's a new update containing some new blocks, we've got some new stairs, some new slabs, some new walls, and I'd love to play around with them sometime, and I feel like there is some great opportunities to do that, but today I'm not going to be working on either of those things. Instead, what I'm going to be working on is a little bit of a white elephant project in this world. And the term white elephant is something you might have heard before, but never really properly known the definition of. And it's one of those definitions that, like, even just learning about what the word meant, like, taught me a whole bunch about, like, that makes a whole bunch of sense. That's something that really fits the rest of the world. So if you don't know what white elephant is, it's a possession that's, like, super, like, obnoxious, troublesome, and tricky to get rid of. Like, it's so, it's theoretically valuable, so you can't get rid of it, but also it's really tricky to even get rid of in the slightest way. It's big, it's annoying, and it's got a white elephant, because imagine if you had a giant white elephant, what would you do with it? You wouldn't be able to do much of it. It'd be a real problem. So yeah, basically, I've got a big white elephant in my Minecraft world, and it is the big museum over here. So to give you an aerial view, this is the museum. There's so much that needs to be done on this. There's so much I've been doing slowly on this, but this is what it looks like. This is what it is, and it's an interesting build to say the least. I've been slowly doing little bits more, like adding podzol around the dinosaurs, but today we're making a real concerted effort to get it going from annoying and awful and ruining the whole world to, like, not doing all of those things quite so bad. And we'll also talk about the white elephant thing, because just though, again, realize knowing the word taught me so much about myself, and maybe it does the same for you. Or maybe it doesn't, and that's what you should learn from this. But I wanted to talk about that as soon as we first of all enchant a shovel, because just before this video started, I killed a couple of creepers, and I got just above level 30. So let's go ahead, let's put our shovel in there. Oh, we get fortune. Okay, that's it. Oh, it's unbreaking and fortune, so I guess it's a nice shovel. But I really want a silk touch shovel so I can get more podzol, so we're going to keep on trying until we get that, and for now, we didn't, so sad face for Toycat. But yeah, with that said, let's throw the shovels in here, let's deal with these later, and let's go over to the museum, and let's start work on that while we talk about what I've been up to in this past week, because this Let's Play, it's as the most consistent running series on this channel, it's also a little bit of a vlog kind of thing, because people asked, like, so what's been going on with Toycat in the last little while, and to answer that question, it's been a pretty good week, I would say. Again, as always, it seems as though every episode I'm like, so I'm just got back from here, or I'm just about to go to there, but I got back from Canada, and my entire life sleep schedule has just been broken the entire time. Like, I feel like the amount of hours this week I've spent just being like in, to not be too dramatic about it, just being in some form of like, let's call it like sleep-related pain of like, oh my god, I need to be asleep, but I'm not. I need to be awake, but I'm not. All those sorts of things, just like, it's been all week for me. My body has not been well adjusted to going -8 hours to California, then back to the UK, then -7 to, Alberta in Canada. So it's been a really, really weird time for my body to adjust, but I mean, I think I'm slowly just about getting past it now. It's feeling better in that way, and the reason that I bring that up is because of the fact that otherwise, like, having all this like downtime basically has meant that I've been playing a lot more video games. And you might think like, wait a minute, it's okay, that's all you do all day, right? But I mean, the truth is there's a lot of things that need to be done. I mean, first of all, like, you gotta feed yourself. That you can't play games and eat food unless make food unless, making food is covered by ordering pizza or something, right? But no, yeah, in this past week I've just had a lot, like, all the time, the most stable thing I can do, like, that's in this perfect spot between doing something productive, useful, or whatever, and also in between doing that and in between doing nothing. I find playing games is the perfect fit, and that's why I've been playing a lot of, like, Apex Legends, but also, as well as playing a lot of Apex, which has probably been, like, I would say 70% of my playtime this past week, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. I say this a lot when, like, when I'm super busy and I'm only playing, like, an hour or two a day, but, like, Minecraft is just one of those beautiful games for when you just want to dive in and just have a chill, calm day. Like, right now, for instance, you see this, we're just placing little bits of spruce stairs, one by one. It's a fairly easy task, but when we're done with it, we're going to have this museum not looking quite so, piece of garbage on fire. It's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful thing. That's what I love about Minecraft. Like, you feel like you're getting something done. It really activates the parts of your brain where you, that need to be activated. And personally, I like it a lot. So yeah, I've been having a really good time playing a lot of games this past week, which is, honestly, I sometimes wonder, like, that used to be my dream of just, like, what would be awesome is if I didn't have any obligations, I could just play games all day, every day. A part of me even thought that's what YouTube was at, one point really early on, like, when the first paycheck came in, I was like, well, and it didn't come. People say paycheck, by the way. Obviously, you know, like paychecks sound like, you know, that's a really weird expression. I don't like people use it. But I literally did get paid by check by Google, I think it was the first time I got a YouTube payment. It was in dollars too, so I got like, I think it was 60 US dollars or 100 US dollars. And it was like, I'm going to take this to my bank. And although they take a huge fee, I was like, oh yeah, I got paid in a paycheck. Like, most people use this super frustrating terminology that hasn't been true in years, all the time, even when it wasn't true for them. Like, you know, if you, for instance, have been flying for the last 20 years, and for, you know, you've been around since when, you know, I think it was Avios, you know, like air miles were called air miles as opposed to whatever else. Fine, call them that, but don't like go use other people's, you know, old school terminology. Like you weren't even around when that was a thing. And I feel like pay packets and like, you know, paychecks or some of those, like, no, you don't physically get a paycheck, at least in the UK. It might be true in your country, maybe that's why this is a thing. But super old school terminology kind of annoys me. But in my case, it was literally a paycheck, and I was like, oh, so you can just play games all day. And the truth is that isn't, I mean, always a fun thing to do. It isn't always what you want to do. You know, there's a reason that people do things other than play video games, or at least so I'm told. And yeah, no, it's an interesting discovery to make. Also, I've decided what I'm going to do with the floor of these galleries. First of all, because this is like an art style gallery, I want to use, that my inventory took some time. I'm going to use some block of quartz, or maybe just some block of quartz slabs. I'm not quite sure. But I'm going to use that as my flooring because I feel like that allows me to have an actual gap maybe between this and the thing. Or maybe I could just place it like that. I think it just looks a lot better than having grass. I've only ever had grass in this gallery just because, like, it's the easiest default block, right? Like, well, I mean, because I placed this in a big field, I guess grass is the natural fitting block. But no, I think each of these special rooms, or at least this special room, should have quartz underneath it. Also, we should have everywhere torched up so no more mob spawn, because that's a real problem. So the way I want to do this is with lanterns, but they're not in the current update. At least I think they're experimental gameplay, and that means that people will ask too many questions. So, you know, like, oh, it's okay, that's not a real feature yet. How are you hacking, or what add-on are you using? So also, this spider will not let go of me. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to instead is just use some torches, make the place pretty with torches, but not pretty, but lit up with torches, and then we'll deal with the whole actual, like, making the lighting fit the idea of a museum. Because right now, this is just a mob factory. It's because obviously there's the big, huge thing. Oh god, that creeper just fell on my head. Okay. It didn't blow up, that's fine. But like, it's just a mob factory right now. And the problem with mob factories is like, you know, that's a fine thing. Like, you know, I'm about to build a mob grinder, which is literally just this, but on purpose. But like, you know, doing things intentionally and doing things not is a big different thing. Which is actually kind of going back into what I was saying. Like, the difference between intentionally setting out to do something to enjoy yourself and doing something because you feel like you can't do anything else, it feels very different, which is something, again, that I sometimes find odd. There's a lot of really odd things that I've been discovering, and one of those is to do with the phrase white elephant. So I would say that this giant, you know, big project of mine is what I would call a white elephant. Like, I wish I hadn't started it, because I'm just kind of winging it, like, going along with what I used to do before. You can see how many rough concepts there are around here. Like, why are there, like, white, you know, like, this was meant to be the museum shop, I think, so I just have a bunch of white carpet making a fit. Why did I do this? Why did I think this looked like a shop? And why did I never go any further with this? Why is there a gap in the floor here? There's like so many questions that just don't have any reasonable answer. Why is there ice under there? Like, and then obsidian, like, none of this makes any sense to anyone, right? It's just a big confusing thing for all things involved. Like, why are they, what is this meant to be, a shelf? Or I don't know what's going on with this. And it's just it's an example of like, this is something in Minecraft that definitely fits the definition of big project that I really wish I hadn't started, and I'm just kind of going with because I started it, and I'm like, you know, slowly expanding and just kind of working with the previous goal. And then I started to realize that, you know, that, you know, it's a term you hear a lot in the real world. I think it's mostly used in like politics and stuff. You know, like, oh, this thing the previous politician did is a white elephant, but this thing the next politician did is so great because he's on the good team, not the bad team, or whatever. You know, people have to say about that. But the interesting thing is that like this really fits that very concisely to me, and it's not just that this fits that, and that, for instance, the sheep prison, which is just over here, fits that. Again, same thing, except this time I just blocked it up because I'm so done with the concept of this. Like, if you ever do download the Let's Play World, when it goes out for download in a couple of months, you'll, you know, it's going to be on the Minecraft Bedrock store, by the way. It's a whole fun thing if you haven't heard about it. But if you do decide to download it, you'll be able to, like, I guess, go in there and excavate it. But I don't want to ever look at this thing again. I want to just see a big stone block. This is what I made. I made a nice stone little tunnel. It's nice, it's wonderful. That's what I did, and nothing else. Try and correct that, I challenge you. So yeah, we're gonna make ourselves some more stairs and slabs for the roof, and we're gonna work on those while also, geez, the lag here is kind of weird. We're going to work on those with the rest of this because I think we can really get some decent headway made and maybe even finish the stairs part and most of the rest. Again, today we just want to really sow the seeds so that by next week it's done, it's dusted, it's all over. So let's go to bed, let's work on the ceiling, let's light things up because I just don't know how so many mobs are still spawning everywhere. It doesn't look that dark, but like the look of the dark in Minecraft doesn't affect how dark it actually is. And to me, that's still a counterintuitive fact. So that's a thing. That's a thing. So yeah, let's wake up. Let's do this. Let's finally get some of this roof done, and also let's get some of this like torching the area up done, because that's a thing we should also apparently be doing. So there we go. Bunch of torches placed everywhere that it matters. And also, didn't I place some blocks on the floor here? It might. Okay, so what we're gonna do also. This is an important one. We're also going to get rid of some of the floor blocks here, because what I want to do is I want to have a basement for this later. Again, shields are coming soon. I want to do something with that. So to do something with that, you need to have something to do it. Also, it seems as though I made a little tunnel down here. But yeah, we're going to just go back a couple blocks. We're going to... Oh, God. I went through all that effort to get a new bucket of milk and then instantly got affected by the thing. This is why working in this museum is so awful. You know when I said it's like a white elephant? It's because of the fact that like working on this is a liability. Working near this, going into the caves near this, is this genuine disaster of a thing. Like, it's cool to have an Elder Guardian the first time you look at him, but the amount of hassle he causes you afterwards is just awful. And actually, again, the thing I realized about learning about what the term actually meant, because again, you hear it all the time, like, oh, this good thing is not a white elephant, and that bad thing is a white elephant. But one of the interesting versions of that phrase one of the interesting things about the phrase that I realized is that, like, I think I consider most of my possessions to be in the category of, like, white elephant, right? Like, I think I'm both a hoarder and someone who, like, hates any physical possessions. Like, I think I'm both a hippie who's like, man, like, why do we need to own anything, dude? While at the same time, I'm in the boat of, you know, I really never want to throw anything away. I want to collect lots of things. Because if you don't know, I live in a house. I bought it a couple of years ago from YouTube. But very, very happy times, very happy moments. And one of the things about buying a house that I realized is that every single person in your life expects you to fill up the house. Like, you've got this spare space. Why do you not have a piece of furniture? You know, you really need, like, everyone peer pressures you into, like, filling every space in your house, you know, like, what I really wanted to do, I'm sad I didn't have a house with enough space to do this. I wanted to just have a room in my house that was empty at all times. I wanted to have an empty room to remind me that, like, you know, that's a nice thing you can do. Having capacity is a cool thing to have, you know, like, spare space is one of the real luxuries of the world. And, yeah, well, everyone acts like you're crazy for that, because, like, no, every single possible space in your house should have a piece of furniture in it. Like, if there's not, you know, like, if there's a space here, why not put a bookshelf there? Like, you need to have a wardrobe. And it's like, but what's wrong with, like, you know, just having a big pile? And it's like, piles aren't clean. Wardrobes are way better. Like, and you know, it's not just furniture. It's like, okay, so when it comes to, like, I don't know, like, there's lots of things. I don't know, games collections. I used to think, like, I want to have every game in the world at some point, so I'd collect game. You know, every single person collects something sometime. Like, it's just this weird, awful, I would argue, part of human nature where we just collect pretty much anything and everything. Like, there are people into collecting coins, people into collecting stamps, people into collecting, again, anything you can imagine. Someone's at one point decided, you know, I'm going to start collecting that, because there's just some weird part of our human psychology that just makes people love the idea of, like, I'd love to have everything of something. And I really don't like that. I really, whenever I see people, there's this thing in the UK, I don't know if it's elsewhere, it probably is international actually, there's the little figurines that you can get of pretty much every character. They do Game of Thrones, they do video game characters. I see so many people who collect them. It's just like a gaming thing to do, or like, yeah, like, I guess, like, let's say, open quotes, gamers do that a lot, right? But people, it's weird to me because, like, whenever I see a collection, people have, like, a whole display cabinet dedicated to them. That makes me so anxious. Like, there's no use to having them, literally zero. And now you can never get rid of them. Like, if you spend, you know, it costs so much to make a collection. You know, it's fine. Everyone has their hobbies. I travel a lot. Some people buy figurines of things. Like, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna criticize other people's decisions, which I think a lot of people end up down the path of. But I think the idea of, like, the idea of me being in someone else's shoes makes me genuinely terrified sometimes. And I wonder if, like, maybe that's just a part of, like, as you grow up or grow old, or as you gain more experience in the world, if you want to phrase it that way, because saying growing old makes it seem like you're going to die soon. But as you gain more experience in the world, maybe just one of the things is like, you realize how little you'd like everyone else's life. I used to be at this point, and I still think I would enjoy doing a day of anyone else's life. So if you work in a job, and or at least like a somewhat unique job, and you feel like you can get someone to come in and, you know, like, I don't know, do a day for you, kind of like work experience, but like, you know, maybe also give me money because I like being compensated for my time. I would just love to, like, you know, go see what it's like to be, I don't know, like a builder for a day, or go see what it'd be like to, you know, to work in, you know, in retail, all these different things. Like, I used to think that, and I still do about most things, again, as long as I'm compensated for my time, because otherwise, you know, it's just a way of losing money in the most ridiculous way possible, or the weirdest hobby in the world, just showing up at people's workplaces. But I've always had the opinion that, like, you know, that would be kind of cool. But sometimes I wonder if, like, as I grow up, maybe you just realize how little you like some of people's personal ways of doing things. And I think a lot of people take that as, well, I mean, if I don't like what they're doing, clearly they're wrong, and I'm going to try my best to stop them from doing it. And again, I will never ever stop someone from buying the figurines. A part of me is like, you should do that, or whatever, and a part of me sees, but like at the same time, I have so many objects that I've just started collecting. Right now in my room, for instance, I have a bunch of boxes from things I don't even like or care about, but I was like, I shouldn't throw away the box. Like, I have a box for the MacBook that I got like 4 years ago from Mob Crush that has been stolen at this point. I don't know why I have the box. Throwing it away is hard. I got a Surface Book recently, a new laptop, because that one was stolen, and I just haven't thrown it. The box is like staring me in the face right now. Why won't I get rid of it? Even knowing that I have no use for it, I just literally cannot get rid of it. I have boxes for PC parts years after the fact. I just keep so many things. I have this like hoarding mentality built into me, and it's really weird to both be so anti-hoarder, but also basically to be hoarding. Because that, you know, collecting is just a different word for hoarding, right? Like, oh yeah, I like to collect things. We all know what the code on that one is. We all know exactly what's going on there. And it just makes me feel a little bit strange sometimes that that's how things are. So I don't know, just my point of this, the learnable lesson from this, in my opinion, is the fact that, like, everyone, you know, there's a lot of things that everyone does differently, but everyone does the same. And I feel like collecting is definitely up there. There are a few people who don't get any, you know, like enjoyment from any of that. But I think everyone enjoys some amount of having more of something. That I think it's a human concept to enjoy the idea of plenty, right? Like to have lots and lots of something. To enjoy having. Actually, wait. Let's do 6 on this one, then like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll get rid of my thing, or just 5, 4, 3. But you know, it's a very human concept to enjoy. The concept of plenty, too much of something even, is great. Like, you know, when it comes to food, for instance, you know, I've said before I love food to a dangerous level, and I feel like a lot of people agree with that one. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you also love food, like, you know what's great? You know what's better than just like having, you know, a slice of pizza? Having 16 pizzas. There's just something about that, like, yeah, the concept of that. And I feel like the best way... Oh, lightning is striking. That is a very rare event. Maybe we... Actually not. Surprise! The episode's taken a twist. Today, instead of just finishing the museum, which again will be finished soon, you'll see it, it'll be done, it'll be great. We're most of the way there. We've just got to chop down even more spruce trees, which it's a huge ordeal at this point. But first, we've got something way bigger. We're going to grab our trident with channeling. Is channeling the lightning one? I guess we can find out by just throwing something. And we're going to make ourselves some charged creepers, because, you know, that sounds like a good time to me. Wait, first of all, let's check if this is... Again, I always get the enchantments mixed up with the trident because it's a newish item, so... As you can see, this is the channeling trident, so it now can make some lightning. If we throw at a pig, we'll get a zombie pigman, which is kind of cool, kind of fun. Maybe we could do something with that. But also, if we throw it at a villager, we'll get a witch, which actually might also be kind of fun. You know, I do have the big collection of villagers nearby here. Is there any reason to, like, make a bunch of witches? I don't think there is, although farming them could be fun. So let's just make another zombie pigman because it's kind of fun that way. Like, hey, look at that. Wait. There we go. that was a little bit of a weird delay. But yeah, so we're going to go find some creepers. And because I lost my previous creepers, the charged ones, we're going to make some new charged creepers and just leave them around my world. Actually, we could probably use them as the destruction tool too, right? Like, I reckon we could totally just, like, for instance, if we need to destroy a huge amount of dirt, just bring a charged creeper there and explode him. That might be a really smart idea, actually. I don't know how really smart it actually is until we try. Because I reckon the charge creeper does a lot of damage to you too. He could probably one-hit me if we're being totally honest with ourselves. But, you know, it's a fun idea regardless. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to go to our big area right here. And we're going to take all the creepers, and we're going to hit them with channeling, and then we'll have some enchanted creepers. I mean, they're not enchanted. They've got some stuff on them, but still, it's kind of fun. It's super rare to have thunder in Minecraft, so even if you have one of these, it's hard to get used out of it, and it's fun to just do that from time to time. So let's try and get this creeper as well, maybe. There we go. You have to be really careful about the distance so you can actually guarantee it comes back. But yeah, for some reason, on Bedrock, a lot of mobs just don't despawn, which is useful in some cases. But like, that pink sheep's been here for so long now. And yeah, if we just leave some creepers around this field, that might be handy. Also, let's see if you can, how easy it is to kill a skeleton with, like, lightning, maybe. Like, does the lightning actually do damage to the skeleton? I don't think it does, actually. Although he died, so maybe, I guess it must do on some level. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just, enchant some creepers, or let's, make them electric. Oh, God! Okay, I'm probably living life a little bit too much on the edge right now. But yeah, let's just throw one over here. And there we go. Throw one over here as well, maybe. Okay, this is a real risky situation, but I'm gonna go for it. Throw it at him. Okay, we got it back. There we go. Bunch of channeled creepers. I really don't know what to do with them. I want to make like a trophy case for them or something. I guess the museum would be a good place. Wait! Okay, perfect. Link back. The reason I did this today is because I want some creepers for the museum. Although actually, if I wanted that, I could probably just fly over to the museum and do one over there. Wait, do I have glass on me? I have glass somewhere. Wait, yeah, I think I... Let's grab some glass and let's just make an exhibit in the museum solely for charged creepers. How easy is that to do is the next question, and probably not very easy, especially with no experience, just on the spot. But let's do it anyway. Let's see what could go horribly wrong here, because I reckon only most things can go horribly wrong right now. So yeah, let's work on the museum. Let's either undo all the progress we did today, or let's get one of the coolest things that a museum can have, which is one of the rarest mobs that people didn't believe. When people saw in charged creepers and videos, people would be like, ha ha ha, nice little thing toy cat, don't believe you. Or at least some people would, because some people don't believe anything in any video. You know, it's fine. It's part of YouTube. Again, there's lots of things I've learned to accept over these years. One of them is that you don't just play video games all day. I mean, again, that is a fun part that you can choose to do, as any adult can do. But one of the other parts is that... Also, we're going to have to be so careful about this. I guess we could make the charged creeper in this room. It doesn't really fit perfectly, but... Yeah, I guess what we just do is we'll place them into the corner, then run around a bit, and then we'll work out something. So, but yeah, and in the same way, one of the things you realise is that on YouTube, the YouTube comments don't really ever take heed of like what's real and not. It's what they think is real and not that affects what a comment is. Again, there's a lot of things that are like, feelings are great. Feelings do some wonderful things, can help you in a lot of ways. But also, sometimes you realise that if you're trying to get objective feedback, sometimes feelings aren't the best way to do that. They're a helpful guide, but not the only tool that you can and or should use. So we're going to find a creeper. That is a creeper just over there. So come back over here, friend. I guess we should get the creeper in the cage first, then make him charged. But on the other hand, it's more fun and more dangerous to do it the other way around, so let's do it like that. We're going to be super careful about other mobs. Just, like, don't even let them follow me. Although that guy does not seem to care. Yeah, maybe we should just go in and kill him, actually. Oh, no, he's gone. Okay, so we're going to get the charged creeper, and we're going to get him in the place. And then we're going to try and do some weird maneuvers and get him trapped behind glass. And then we'll have a little charged creeper exhibit. And then we can just, like, remove and add blocks as necessary. It'll be easy. Let's do this. This is going to be a great little additional white... Again, it'll be a white elephant because there's no way to get rid of it. No one's even that impressed because now you have channeling. Like, charged creepers aren't that rare. But it's a fun little idea to have. And you know, if you don't have a fun idea, what do you have? Okay, Mr. Creeper, come over here, please. So yeah, it's super dangerous. Once I walk in this room, it's kind of impossible to get out without the creeper exploding. But that's half the fun of life, in my opinion. Having creepers explode and ruin your day. I mean, like, why even play Minecraft if you're not ready for that, you know? Okay, let's do this. You want to come close to me? Oh, okay, he's coming close. So I'm going to eat just in case this goes horrifically. Okay, you coming in here still? I don't want to peek out there because... Okay, there we go. You coming? He needs to have a direct line of sight on you for some reason. Weird bedrock. Okay, so this is actually a lot scarier than I assumed it would be. Oh, God, and the lag is not helping. So we're going to stand right here in the corner. No, we need to work on, like, the creeper's angle, right? Like, that's what we need to focus on the most. Like, the angle the creeper actually comes at. So we need to go, like, all the way into this position. Oh, God. Oh, creeper's exploding. Okay, it's fine. So, and then from here, right, okay. And then once we get to that corner. Oh, I tried to place some blocks, but I couldn't. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. This is a really hard thing to do. Like, I can see the reason you might do it the other way around now. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. This is me just playing life or death with my thing. So, I guess we'll just knock the creeper back into a glass cage, right? I think that might be the smartest move I have left. Wait, if I just get the creeper over here. Here you go, friend. Come up here. Oh, he can't see through the glass for some reason. Okay, so now I just get out of here. Takes some time, but it's fine. And then we knock the creeper into there. And then place some blocks very hurriedly afterwards. I think that's our best bet. I don't know why I made this even thinner, if that was my plan. Yeah, we might be trapped here for a long time. Because the water's going to pour in here now too. Okay, you know what? This is fine. We're doing a great job. That's what matters here. We are doing wonderful on every metric, besides actually keeping this glass keeper in a cage. So yeah, fun fact, by the way, as a fun little challenge, as well as doing all these things, I would recommend trying to get a creeper to follow you around. Because it's so like, I don't know, I always think it's fun to try new things. And one of the new things I'd recommend trying is this. And also, I would not recommend trying to break glass with a pickaxe while you've got mining fatigue. It's literally doing nothing, right? Like, I don't know. There we go. I don't know why that took so absurdly long. But it felt like it definitely did, right? Oh, he's walked into a cage. I don't know what my luck is on this one. So we're going to be really careful and just trap him in there. Before anything else happens, how do you get in there? I don't even know how he did that. Okay, so there we go. Now we have a charged creeper exhibit, and the water's pushing him. Okay, so accidentally, I think I've just worked out the best way to do this. What you want to do is you want to have that, and now we've got a charged creeper exhibit in the museum. We've got an Elder Guardian, we've got a charged creeper, and honestly, they're the two hardest to track mobs, and we've done both of them now, so that's kind of cool. If nothing else, if you don't like anything else we've done here today, we have a charged creeper and an Elder Guardian in the same room, and how many times has that been done in 100% legit survival Minecraft before? I think you'll find, oh, there is a hole in the glass here too. We should close that one off. How many times has that been done before? I think not very many is the answer. So thank you very much for watching today's episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. Like it if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe if you're around here, and I don't know if you like the Let's Play. I know for some people it's like old school whatever, then you can subscribe and notifications turned on, and you'll see these every single Monday on your homepage. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to just get out of here now, if I'm being honest, and I'm going to work on the rest of this, and then see you all in some background gameplay of another video. So, goodbye everyone. Goodbye.